Happy Monday. My name is Jordan. I decided that I was going to start a vlog series. I don't really have a title for it yet, but I feel like that these are going to be my personal reflections on just life, just my personal reflections on the way that I treat others and the way that I handle certain situations. So happy Monday. I'm going to do this on Mondays. Today I'm going to talk about spreading the love, which I know there was a popular hashtag on Vine not too long ago called Spread the Love, Pay It Forward, or STLPIF or something like that. But I thought I would talk about that in a longer video than just the 6-second Vine, because I feel like it's an important subject to bring up. I feel like if everyone was more kind and compassionate towards one another, we would be so much more happy and mentally and emotionally sound. When we love ourselves, we, in turn, are able to open our capacity to love others. And that leads to kindness and compassion. Because if we love others, we want to be kind to them, we want to be compassionate and open up to them. And that makes them happy, and that makes us happy. And when you're happy, it leads you to love yourself. And the self-love and love for others, it's interchangeable. If you love yourself, you're opening up your capacity to love others. And if you love others, you're opening up your capacity to love, which leads to loving yourself once you've reached that level of true happiness. And I feel like loving yourself is important. It's like a circle of love. If we show kindness and compassion to others, it makes us happy. And when we're happy, it leads us to love ourselves. When we love ourselves, we open up our capacity to love others. Love leads to so many different things. Love and hate both have consequences. And I'm viewing this from a non-religious standpoint, because I feel like everyone needs to receive the message of love and not hating other people, because it's not about religion. It's not. It can be, but it's usually not. Love leads to the consequences of love. Love leads to happiness. It leads to warm, compassionate feelings for others. It leads to receiving love and success and your overall well-being, and sometimes hugs. I'm not gonna lie, I like hugs. I'm sure you like hugs too. Sometimes you don't. That's okay. Just ask people not to hug you. It's not a big deal. But hate has consequences too. It feels like it has good consequences. I know that. It does not. Hate leads to anger. It can lead to sadness, loss of friendship, being targeted and bullied, isolation, violence, and guilt. And you don't see it coming. You don't feel yourself hating someone until you're already at that level, and everything they do just pisses you off to no end. And there's no such thing as darkness. I mean, darkness is only the absence of light. And I feel like hate and love have that same relationship. There's no such thing as hate. There's no such thing as pure hate without a reason. And love is the only thing that can drown it out. You can't drown out love with hate, just like you can't drown out light with darkness. There's no such thing as like a darkness switch. You can't turn on darkness to make the light go away. Just like you can't turn on your hate to make the love go away. Love's not going to go away. You have to get rid of it you have to get rid of the hate with your love. You have to love other people. And sometimes we feel like revenge and hate are necessary and that it makes you feel good, but that's not true. The good things that come from hate, they don't really exist. They're temporary. The revenge only brings temporary joy. Hate only brings temporary, it feels so good to, hate on you. No, that's temporary and it's hurtful. As much as it feels good for you to hurt others, it's hurtful and it's temporary. It doesn't, that joy doesn't stay. Ellen DeGeneres once said, and this sounds, crazy coming from me. Why would I love Ellen DeGeneres? But Ellen once said, here are the values, the traditional values that I stand for. honesty, equality, kindness, compassion, treating others the way you want to be treated, and helping those in need. Those are traditional values to me. And to be honest, she absolutely had a point. You might be thinking, oh gosh, what could I personally do to improve my capacity to love? But the truth is, there is nothing anyone can do. That sounds really negative, but we're born with a capacity to love ourselves and others. We're all born with the ability to love. We all have capacity. That's the independent variable, if you're bringing science into it. The real factor, the real changing factor, the dependent variable is willingness. Do I have the willingness to love myself? Do I have the willingness to love others? Am I willing to share my love with someone I don't even know? Most people probably aren't, but there are ways you can increase your willingness. If you refer to the love cycle that we were talking about earlier, self-love, which leads to love for others, which leads to kindness, which leads to happiness, which leads back to self-love, you can see that we need to find happiness. Now, if you're seeking to love yourself, you still have to find happiness through kindness. Kindness doesn't just mean being kind to another person. Kindness means to be kind to yourself. If you need to be kind to yourself, then you need to do that. Just take a moment and just, smell the roses, watch the sunset, treat yourself to a bubble bath, and help and love yourself, It helps. It does. Just being kind to yourself. You have to be kind and compassionate to yourself the way that you would want others to treat you. You need to treat yourself that way too. To love another, just be kind, You can go all the way from donating to the Salvation Army to smiling at someone in the hallway who looks like they're sad and not having a good day. Make a friend. If someone is sitting alone at lunch, just reach out to them and try to be their friend. It's not about spreading your personal beliefs or your religious beliefs. It's about being kind to one another. It's about equality. It is about honesty. It's about kindness and compassion and treating others the way you want to be treated and helping people. That's really what you should be focusing on in your life, and not about your personal, your personal wants, your personal desires. It's about reaching out to others, in my opinion. I mean, if you have a different opinion, then I don't know why you'd be watching this to try to learn. But if you are, and you don't necessarily agree with me, that's fine. But it makes, to treat someone else with kindness, to smile at someone who looks sad, it makes both parties happy. It increases your self-love, which in turn increases your love for others. I want to close with a quote from Margot Anand, and I don't know if that's the way you pronounce it, but it says, "Loving yourself does not mean being self-absorbed or narcissistic. Rather, it means welcoming yourself as the most honored guest in your own heart, a guest worthy of respect, a lovable companion." You love others, you love you, and you're gonna be happy. It's about happiness, it really is. Thanks for watching, I guess. Sorry this first video was like 8 minutes long, but I just needed to get that out. I just needed to let that out. It was something that I felt was necessary to share with the internet. Sorry if it struck a personal thing with you, a personal chord. I tried to approach it at the most non-religious standpoint that I possibly could, because I know that personally with me, I've had conflicts with religion. I'm not saying I'm not religious, but there have been people who have been members of churches who have not treated me very nicely, and I understand that, and that's why I'm trying to approach this at the most I don't want to say worldly, but at the most non-religious way possible, because there are religious consequences to being filled with hate, but there are also consequences that affect you, like being unhappy and becoming a target. So I just feel like it's important, even if you're not religious, to know that there are consequences to your hate, there are consequences to your bullying, and kindness pays off and happiness pays off. Even if you're not in it, to help others, you should be in it for the personal benefit, because you'll be more happy and you'll be more successful and you'll make more friends. Your life will have more love in it. And who doesn't want more love in their life? I mean, that's great. I'm guilty of not being as kind to others as I should. That's why I decided to start a video series, because I feel like it was necessary. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful night. And, I'll make another video next week. Happy Monday!